It's time for Adventures in Reading, an interactive literary experience where you pick the story's outcome live on the internet. This week's adventure is House of Danger by R.A. Montgomery. You are a detective on what may be your biggest case yet, or will it be your last? All you know is that someone or something inside this house is pure evil.
Good evening and welcome to a special literarily wasted production of Adventures in Reading. So if you're just joining us or finding us, Literarily Wasted is the world's greatest online book club. So go find us, go like us, go follow us. We have a fantastic group called Literarily Wasted Lounge, and we'd love to hang out with you and talk books. That's what we do. So Adventures in Reading is an interactive experience where we get to read a choose-your-own-adventure book, and you guys get to help me pick which way we go. So I do the reading. Tonight we are reading House of Danger. There it is, House of Danger. Fair warning, I have not read this book, so this is a live reading. I will mess up. It is likely, and we just go with it. So I'm Lucas, and with me is the lovely Talia. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, to Talia.
I have not been drinking.
Yes, you have.
I do have a drink. Talia mixed me a mimosa, so I just got a weird late start. I had a late work call tonight, so thanks for bearing with us for just a moment. But we got everything going, and if you hear anything or see anything weird, just chime in the comments. But I'm really glad that everybody's here. Who all's here, Talia?
Everybody.
Everybody. Y'all
Oh my
say
gosh.
hey.
Jean is here. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rachel again. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Spare. Hi, Amber. Hi, Dan. Hi, Adam. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Kimberly. Vicky said,
group.
hey, Mr. Plummer.
So, guys, welcome. Thank you so much. We love doing this. We're recording from the safety of our own basement. So, wherever you are right now, I hope that you are safe and stocked and happy. Talia, should we get into this? So, here's how it works. When we hit an impasse, so we will have a book cam here. So, here's our book for tonight. And when we hit a branching path, we'll go to this page. And that's where you guys get to pick. So, we will say in the comments, we'll give you 2 action words, and those action words will decipher which way we go. So just listen up. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. So we do gamify this. So we gamify this. Let me drink my juice.
Oh, I should have filled it up. My bad.
There's my heart meter. So heart meter. We get 3 chances to get as far into this book as possible. Some of these books we've discovered have actual dead endings where you will die, and some are kind of happy, some are kind of ambivalent. But when we reach an ending point, we'll lose a heart, like yay, and we'll carry on. And so at the end of the book, though, we like to go around and kind of explore the book just so you get a taste of it. So I'm gonna fill up my heart meter again.
Jean said juice, right?
It is juice.
There's pineapple juice in there.
Technically, I've washed my hands. I have to scratch my eyeball. It's itchy. So, anyway.
That was the day Lucas lost his eyeball.
This is the production that you guys get tonight after my late work call with some Australian folks. They were very nice. So, it was morning for them, and it's evening for us. And just kind of threw my night into a tizzy. But I'm glad that you're here with me. And we're going to read a book now. So
did you just use the word tizzy?
A tizzy. Righto, a tizzy. All right. It is a Tuesday afternoon in late June. You are on your way down to your lab in your parents' basement when the phone rings. You dash into the lab and pick it up. I need, says a weak voice, sorry. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. Drat. You weren't ready for that. The aspiring detective and psychic investigator caught off guard. You slumped down into your chair. That voice really sounded desperate. You boot up your computer and look around. The heat of the day has not penetrated your combination office and research laboratory, where you sit surrounded by the tools of your trade: infrared activated floodlights, high-tech movie cameras, and night scopes among them. 2 large bookcases stretch from floor to ceiling, crammed with titles that would drive the timid from the room. Murder and fun, ghosts and ghouls, and the corpses I have known, to name a few. Turn to page 2. So we will notice this is not the original art, and we will notice that. The phone rings again, and this time you're ready. You pick up the receiver before the first ring dies out. At the same time, you activate the phone tracker and the voice recorder program running on your PC and note the time on your PDA. 2:42. A PDA, personal data. What is a PDA? Oh god, I'll keep going. Sorry. It's like a Palm Pilot. Hello, you say? Help! I need help. Alright, turn to page 6. Well, how did I get... Well, there was no action. How do I go to...
Maybe you go backward. Just do
Okay.
as you're told.
It says... So here's our...
I don't know what PDA actually stands for, but yeah, it was like one of
like a
those
Palm
little
Pilot.
Palm
Yeah.
Top computer things.
I had a Palm Pilot at one point.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Personal data assistant.
Personal data assistant. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you, Jean. Who are you, you ask? What is your name? I'm scared, the voice says. They're after me. Get a hold of yourself, I said. I say, I can help you if you give me your name and address. They've got me. They've got me. Click. The phone goes dead again. This time, however, you were prepared. In a few seconds that you have been talking, your phone tracing device, which operates in milliseconds, has already found the number of the other phone as well as the name and address of its owner. 555-7259. Henry Marsden, 1100 Hedge Brook. Ooh, go on to the next page. So there are 20 different endings.
We only need 3.
We only need 3, that's right. You copy this information into your PDA. Something about this call is nagging at the back of your mind. Is it that this call reminds you of the Spider Ghost case? It, too, started with a mysterious phone call. Even though you were quite young, you solved that case single-handedly. The citation you received from the FBI now hangs, neatly framed, on your office wall. And the generous reward you received from the Ridgway family when you saved them from certain death has financed your specialized detection equipment. One thing you learned from the case is that working by yourself can be a risky business. Ricardo and Lisa, 2 of your friends in the neighborhood, have wanted to help you on the case. Well, this is their chance. When you call their cell phones, however, they're not picking up. You leave a message for them to call you back as soon as possible. You're eager to begin work on the case as soon as possible, but you know it might be dangerous to start off alone. Maybe you can do some internet searching before heading out on the case. Alright, so here's our first branching path, guys. If you decide you should go immediately to the address obtained by the telephone tracing machine, turn to page 4. If you decide to give Ricardo and Lisa a chance to call back, turn to page 13. So we're going to do address
or call.
Or call. Address or call. So it's your turn. Go ahead.
Submit your votes. Type either address or call.
Yeah, right there in the comments, wherever you're commenting, your phone or whatnot. So address or call. Are we going to...
I believe Dan Lafferty has called you a conglomeration of Encyclopedia Brown and Doogie Howser. That's not true. He's referring to the narrator, but
Yes.
I'm calling it you because you're the narrator of the narrator. Wearing glow-in-the-dark glasses.
I am.
Points out Jean.
I am.
All right. It's a resounding address.
Oh, address. Okay, so we're actually going...
We've got 2 votes for call now, but there's like 8 for address.
Well, guys, we're going with address. So thank you all for commenting. That's how this works. So we're going to go back.
Amber
here.
says, in the spirit of social distancing, address.
All right, we're back. The Marsden residence turns out to be a large modern house located in a fashionable suburb about half an hour's drive from your house. You see it through a tall iron fence running along the road. The house is set back behind a broad, well-tended lawn. You park your car down the road and walk to the gatehouse that gives access to the estate. The gatehouse is strangely old-fashioned and ornate in contrast to the main house. The heavy iron gates inside their framework of stone stand slightly ajar, leaving just enough room for you to squeeze through if you want to. A bronze plaque is set into the stone on the outside of the walls. It reads, "Site of Hengebrook Prison, which was burned to the ground during the prison riot of 1887. 112 prisoners died in the fire. Northwind Historical Society." You glance again at the house. The front of it is constructed largely of glass. A short distance to one side of the house is what looks like a large, strange metal sculpture rising out of a number of huge blackened hunks of shattered concrete. A shudder goes through you as you realize these forms of twisted metal might actually be the remnants of the old burned-out prison. Suddenly, a man dashes out of the house. So there's our house. It kind of looks like a museum. Turn to page 9.
Dan points out that your evil voice is always British.
Well, I mean,
I think you
I
should
have British friends. German. Oh, it's some German next time. Yeah.
That does not sound evil.
Sounds
That sounds
very
very
German.
silly.
Silly. All right, we got some monkeys here. Chimpanzees. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Not to belittle.
They're apes.
This is okay. Help! Help! They're after me! The man cries. Halfway to the gate, he drops to the ground as if he had been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash through the gate and run toward the fallen figure, but something stops you in your tracks. 3 snarling animals materialize in front of the house. What are they, you wonder? Oh, typo. Well, is that a typo?
I can't see.
They what are they? You wonder.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Sorry, ChooseCo. What are they, you wonder? Can they be huge chimpanzees? They look mean and angry. For a moment, you are frozen to the spot. The man on the lawn can't move and needs your help. But what good to him will you be if you're mauled by the angry chimps? All right, here's our decision, guys. If you make a hasty retreat to your car, turn to page 29. If you decide that the chimpanzees are not as dangerous as they look and rush to give aid to the man, turn to page 3. So
I'm going to say either run or chimp.
Run or chimp is what
Run
Talia
or chimp.
says. So
Haha, Amber. Yes, she said that your accent sounded like Klaus from American Dad, the fish. See, I feel like my bad guy accent, if I had to do a bad guy accent, it would probably be a Russian accent.
Yeah.
That's not Russian.
Yeah. I can't. My brain's too gone. So, what'd you say? Run or?
Hold on, we gotta give him a minute.
Okay, give
All right,
a minute.
we've got 2 for chimp, 2 for run.
2 for chimp, 2 for run. Y'all comment. This is your story.
Gene said we have to die quick. That's not an option, Gene. You have to say chimp or run.
Gene, I feel like we actually will lose a life in this one. This one seems like it's gonna get a little dark.
I can't. I just realized I was gonna say something in a Russian accent, and I can't do it without doing. Do you have like a key sentence that you use before you get into every accent?
No, I know you have a key sentence for
I do.
Irish.
I have to do it for every accent, and it's embarrassing.
Do your Irish one.
I left Ireland because of the potato famine.
Didn't you do patio furniture?
And patio furniture. Patio furniture always sounds Irish.
Come near me, dear.
But Russian is embarrassing because it would just be like, my name is Natalia Vodianova. And I think that's like an old actress or something.
What are these people saying? I don't have any comments.
All right, run, chimp. We honestly, it's just, I need more people to vote. We have 2 for run and 2 for chimp. And then we got sidetracked by the evil accents.
You don't want to leave it up to me.
No. We need someone else to vote.
Run, chimp.
Vicky makes a good point. She said, what kind of psychic detective, whatever we are, would we be if we ran?
That's right.
Dan says, I like to say, get out of the bloody road.
Get out of the bloody
Except that was not a Scottish accent. I'm so sorry.
All right. Are we running?
All right.
We
have another run. No, we have 3 for chimp and 3 for run. Oh,
You're
no.
killing me here. Killing me. Don't make me make this decision for you.
All right, we just need one more. Come
One
on,
more.
someone be
Next
a tiebreaker.
person that chimes in.
Yes,
That's where we're
next
going.
person. Amber says I never thought of patio furniture.
Patio furniture.
It's patio furniture. Three for a run, 3 for chimp. Run, chimp, run, chimp. No. What is a Scottish accent now? Get out of the bloody road. Scott. Get out of the bloody road.
I can't do a Scottish
Oh,
accent.
Vicky makes a good point. Leanne gave Vicky permission to vote for her until she can join in later. So Vicky
fair.
wins.
Okay.
So we are not running.
Oh, we're getting into that chimp business here.
Don't
All right.
call it that.
It's monkey business.
All
All right, so you decide the chimps are not as dangerous as they look. So we actually go back to page 3. So this is where I was kind of confused. So here we are, page 3. You have to admit that you are scared, but the man on the ground needs help. The only weapon you can think of is a penknife that you always carry in your pocket. You take out the knife and brandish it wildly. As you run forward, the chimpanzees seem to back off, but they are still snarling. Just as you reach the man on the ground, they lope off into the bizarre ruin near the house. They swing through the ragged network of twisted beams for a few seconds and then vanish. You turn your attention back to the man on the ground. His breath comes in short gasps that almost sound like sobs. Turn to page 10.
Dan says, can you brandish a penknife?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bravely.
All right, so this dude's on the ground. You bend down and take the paper from his fingers and examine it for a message. It is blank on both sides. Just then, the man gives one terrible gasp and lies still. Your knees are weak. This man has been frightened to death. The chimpanzees reappear in front of the house. One of them holds a long bamboo blowpipe. He puts it to his... Yes!
That's awesome.
He puts it to his lips and blows. You feel a breeze on your cheek. Could it be a dart whizzing by your face? You race back across the lawn, through the gate, and back to your car. This feels like real danger. You'd promised your parents you'd call the police if your safety was ever at risk. But if you wait, whoever or whatever is going on inside this house might have time to escape.
I'm sorry, are you going to call the police and be like, a chimpanzee
Well...
just blew a dart at me?
Okay, so here are our choices, everybody. If you decide to call the police and report a possible murder, turn to page 63. If you decide to come back later and sneak up to the front of the house from a different direction, turn to page 14. So,
Right, so our choices are police or sneak.
Police or sneak?
Police
So
or
chime
sneak.
in the comments. Let us know. Police or speak? Which way are we gonna go here?
Adam says, yes, hello, police, a chimp shot at me. He didn't shot at me, he blew a dart through a bamboo tube. All right, we've got a couple of votes for police. We've got a vote for sneak. All right, police.
So I'm gonna save my spot.
Sneak, sneak, police. Sneak.
I'm not looking ahead.
We're getting some good votes. Sneak. It's very, very close. Sneak. We're at a tie.
Are we
Sneak.
All right.
Sneak.
Are we sneaking?
Oh, it's so close. There's a Spare just like made it closer because he said police.
Ooh.
All right. Come on, one more vote. Sneak. Okay, sneak won, but it was very, very close.
Very close. Thank you, everybody,
they
for
just
chiming in.
Sneaked
So
that
we're
win.
gonna sneak up to the house. All right, let's get back to our book cam, y'all. All right. You drive about a mile away from the house and park the car on the side of a tree-shaded road. You check the time on your watch that doubles as a two-way radio. It is 4:35 p.m. It has been almost 2 hours since you got that phone call. You take out a piece of paper that you took from the hand of the dying man. You realize that it is the corner of a larger sheet of paper. 2 of the edges are cut straight, and the third side is ragged where it was torn off. You hold it up to the light, almost expecting a message to somehow be hidden inside the paper itself. Oh, sorry, I just knocked my camera. You start to stick the paper back into your pocket when something makes you hold the paper back up to the light again. You hadn't noticed it before, but the paper has tiny flecks of red and blue in it. Now that rings a bell. Of course, The special paper that U.S. currency is printed on has those flecks in it. Ooh. Turn to page 12.
I just realized, so did he just leave a dead body there and
Yes,
run?
he left a dead body there.
Shame.
I messed up.
Shameful.
We're going back into this one. This is kind of interesting. All right, page 12. So we found some. So it might be money. I don't know. Let's find out. Several thoughts spin across your mind. Was that man Henry Marsden? Was it his house? Was he a counterfeiter? Or was he trying to escape from counterfeiters? Trying to escape seems more likely. And what about those chimpanzees? Could there be a counterfeiting animal trainer? No, that makes about as much sense as a yodeling astronaut. Turn to page 17 to
Well, that
see the
seems
yodeling
very
astronaut.
judgy.
Yodeling astronaut's oddly specific. You drive home to see if Ricardo and Lisa have called. You check your cell phone. Nothing yet. You put some equipment into your shoulder bag, a pair of high-powered binoculars, a small tear gas gun, and a high-speed camera with a zoom lens.
Where did he acquire these things?
Well, from the FBI money.
Okay.
Then back to the Marsden place. You plant yourself in a clump of bushes along the street, across the street. From here you can see the house, but no one can see you. You scan the lawn with your binoculars. The body of the man has disappeared. All seems quiet. Turn to page 24. 24.
The
All
page
right.
after 23.
I know. Just then, a long black limousine drives up to the gatehouse. Two tough men get out of the house. Two tough-looking men get out and walk toward the house. When they are almost there, the chimps appear. The men just ignore them and go into the house. Then the chimps vanish again, into thin air. That's it. The chimps are not real. They must be filmed and projected holograms, three-dimensional pictures made with laser light programmed to turn off and on whenever someone approaches the house. Minutes later, the two men leave, carrying several small packages.
Wait, so the blow dart blowing chimpanzees are holographic?
Yes, but then how did you feel the dart whiz across your cheek?
Skeptical.
Also, guys, these drawings.
Dan says it's the best illustration ever. And Dan, he also wants it on a shirt.
I'm gonna buy you that shirt, Dan. All right, we're going back to page 11. This is really kind of odd. We've bounced so much. Okay, here we go. Page 11. Things begin to add up in your mind. This place is creepy enough, built next to the ruins of an old prison. Add to this the snarling images of chimpanzees to scare off anyone getting too close to the house. It's a perfect base of operations for a gang of counterfeiters. The unfortunate man who died must have somehow stumbled into their hideout. You ease out of your observation post in the bushes and run back to the car. You drive to the nearest telephone to inform the police. Didn't you have a cell phone? Come on, guys. Then you check your watch. 7:23 p.m. Case solved in 4 hours and 41 minutes. Not bad.
That's
Okay.
What?
I turn to page 16. We are bouncing all over this. What? The next day, the lead story of the Northwind Times is on a tip from a well-known local detective whose suspicions were aroused by strange occurrences around the Hedgebrook prison ruins. Police raided a nearby house yesterday, exposing counterfeit operation. Seized were a number of bogus printed plates and a large quantity of counterfeit money. 3 men were arrested and charged with homicide as well as counterfeiting after the body of another, yet unidentified man was found in the basement of the house. The end.
So they're counterfeiters murdering counterfeiters with holographic blow dart blowing chimpanzees.
So guys, we just lost a heart. We did reach an ending. That was the weirdest bounce around. This is our 5th episode of this this little show, and that had to be the weirdest bounce around between like 20 pages that we've ever done.
Also, the
I'm
house was not
so
dangerous.
confused. That was not. I was hoping for more danger.
Also, I was just looking at the cover of this book and I just realized, are we in a Venus flytrap?
I don't know. So
the house is on fire.
the house is on fire.
There's
Yeah,
the
let me go back to our
chimpanzees.
book
There's
cam here.
money coming out of it, and we're inside of a gigantic Audrey 2.
Feed me.
All right.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna go back to here. So this is where we could call the police. And we're gonna call the police. Let's see what happens if we take this branching path. That was the last major intersection that we had.
Call the police.
Call the police.
Because there's a dead body.
Yeah.
Duh.
You decide you better call the police. This could be too much to handle alone. You pick up the radio telephone in your car. So you had a phone. Dial your friend Sergeant Morrison and explain briefly what has happened. I get a lot of complaints about that place, says the sergeant. People talk about bright flashing lights before dawn, loud electric noises, and weird-looking trucks going in and out at night. Not to mention the chimpanzees acting as guard dogs. We'd always assumed it was the neighbors' imaginations. If what you're telling us is true, we could have a dangerous situation on our hands. Do you want me to investigate more, you ask? Nah, stay there, he says. I'll be over in the squad car right away. Don't do anything, just wait a couple of blocks from the house until I get there. A squad car? Like all detectives, you know that it's almost impossible to catch criminals in the act after the cops have arrived. Alright, so here's another branching path. If you follow his instructions and wait in the car, go to page 64. If you can't resist the temptation to go back for another look, turn to page 77.
All right, so our choices are car or look.
Car
Please submit
or
your
look?
votes. Car or look.
So while you guys are doing that, I will show you this. So, car or look, please comment, and we will. But here's, I know some of you have commented on this in the past, but they have made a choose your own adventure game based on this book. So there's actually 2 of these. But yeah, it's
Yay, Leanne's
cards.
here.
Hey,
Hi, Leanne.
Leanne. But yeah, it's actual board game. So I actually have this one, and I have the War with the Evil Power Master. So we may do a little review or something on this after we've done some of these. But look at the art on that. That's way more enticing. I want to live in that adventure. Good job.
Leanne says, I'm here. Did we die yet? No, but we did lose one, or we won once, but in a boring way.
We reached a really weird ending. Yeah. So what were our options again, Talia?
I forgot. Oh,
Okay.
car or look?
Car or look?
Right now we have 7 votes for look and 0 for car.
Guys, we're gonna. So
look. Let's go look. We're gonna look.
okay, so we're going
Looky,
to page
looky, looky.
70.
Looky. No, we can't. We don't own that.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Ooh, a dude.
A dude.
With a face.
You're
A
too
dude with a
tense to
face.
wait for Sergeant Morrison. You leave a note on your windshield for him and go back to the fence around the house. You creep alongside the outside of the fence. After a few hundred feet, the fence leads into dense woods. Not far into the woods, you come to another gate, a small one, in the fence. An overgrown road leads to the estate through this gate. You are trying to decide if you should follow the road in when a man with a broad scar across his face steps from behind a tree. He's wearing an old-fashioned prison uniform, but the laser pistol he has in his hand certainly looks modern enough. Okay, now, turn around and go through that gate, and around to the back of the house, orders the man, and no funny business. I'm behind you all the way with this gun. You need to talk like this. I'm behind you all the way with this gun.
He does not look like he speaks that way.
I know. You have no choice but to do as he says. Even your karate training will not help you here.
You can't fight a laser with karate.
I know kung fu. All right, we're going to page 78. Next page. As the two of you approach the house, the back door opens automatically. Inside, there's a long corridor. As you walk down it, your footsteps are muted by thick green carpeting on the floor. The corridor seems endless, but you finally come to a large steel door. You and the man behind you stop. The man places his right hand on a small light blue screen next to the door. A beam of laser lights passes up and down the screen, scanning his handprint. There's a click. Then a hard metallic voice comes from a speaker over the door. Identify yourselves. State purpose of visit. Remain standing exactly where you are. Repeat, do not move. Remain where you are. Security Agent 31X reporting with intruder. There's a silence for a moment, with only the sound of the air conditioning and exhaust fans buzzing in your ears. Then the door swings open, and the man behind you pushes you roughly into the room. Turn to page 80. What's gonna happen at the end? Oh, okay. A group of men and women sit at an oval table. In front of each person is a glass of water, a pad of paper, and a pen. They are well dressed and all seem to be about 50 to 60 years old. The scene looks, for all the world, like a typical business meeting of any large corporation. They all turn to look at you as you enter. They look serious, but not really hostile. A white-haired man in a dark blue pinstripe suit smiles briefly and asks, "Well, now that you're here, what can we do for you?" "I was investigating a telephone call asking for my help. The call came from this address." The man speaks again. "The telephone call was unfortunate. It came from someone who has recently been released from a foreign prison. He was a brave man, a scientist, and a leader for freedom in his country. He was in a bad mental state. We regret that our care did not keep him alive. His fears were too much for him. Do you understand?" "Perhaps," you say, "but I need more of an explanation than that. This whole setup looks peculiar to me." "Very well," says the man. "I'll explain." With a PowerPoint, so now we go into a PowerPoint presentation. Page 82.
Oh, fun. Who doesn't love a PowerPoint presentation?
I know, right? Here's our picture. Look at that perfect stock photo of all these races represented equally. Good on you. We are the International Planning Group, a private organization made up of representatives from different parts of the world. We are dedicated to energy conservation and peaceful development of natural resources everywhere. But why hide out here in the middle of this little town, you ask? This is one of our meeting groups. We have many other places such as this, as well as various research facilities throughout the world. In this location, we use the name of Marsden as cover. Our security agents in prison dress and their trained chimpanzees, I thought they were holograms, scare off most intruders. We would be honored if you would join our organization. We try to recruit the best minds in each of our operational areas, and we need younger minds with fresh viewpoints. All the faces in the room are looking at you and smiling. You don't have to make up your mind right now, says the man. Take your time and contact us when you have made a decision. Any young friends of yours that you could recommend will also be welcome in our organization. As you walk back to your car to meet Sergeant Morrison, you still don't know what to believe, but you have a lot to think about. The end?
That's creepy. They have trained chimpanzees and they're all happy and brainwashed? What?
Yeah. This one's written by R.A. Montgomery, guys.
For this book to be called House of Danger, it's like the most boring one that we've read yet.
Yeah, like, now I don't want to play the game. Okay, someone
did say in the comments that the game is much more dangerous.
Okay, well, thank you. I think we better go with our friends Ricardo and Lisa.
Wait, who?
Who? Ricky and Lucy. Turn to page 13. So this is interesting, guys.
Stacy says this house is in danger of death by boredom. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I hope we're keeping you at least semi-entertained. We know you don't have anywhere else to go, so besides Netflix. So thanks for watching us.
We all live in the house of danger.
We all live in the house of danger right now.
Because boredom.
So we did lose another heart there.
Well, Dan points out this is a well-known saying. Behind every blow dart wielding chimpanzee is a 60-year-old man in a pinstripe suit.
That's good. I want a T-shirt of that. It'll go with the beautiful art from this book. All right, so let's go back to our book. All right, so I went back to.
Yes, let's go with our friends.
Yeah, we're gonna call our friends. I can't even find it now.
You must.
Oh, turn to page 13 if we call down. Okay. All right, so we're going way back. Henry Marsden. Henry Marsden. You plug the name into every search engine you can think of. As you type it over and over, you start to feel like you've heard it or read it somewhere, but you can't quite place it. You're an avid history buff, though you're not as strong on names and dates as you are with what actually happened. You sit back in your chair with your eyes closed, your knuckles against your forehead, in intense concentration. The thought that it's something to do with the Civil War crosses your mind. Henry Marsden. Well, it's worth a try. There might be something in the history of Northwind County. Now, where did I put that book? It's somewhere in your basic research library. Finally, you find it. A thick green volume sandwiched between Gray's Anatomy and the Blackwell's Poison Plants and Herbs. The book was published by the Northwind Historical Society some 20 years ago, though you just bought it the week before for 25 cents at a neighborhood lawn sale. What a coincidence. You pull the book from the shelf and run your finger down the index of famous names in the county. There it is. Turn to page 26. All right, here we go. Marsden, Henry, page 93. Your heart beats a bit faster as you flip to the right page. The book gives a short biography. Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887, served in the Union Army during the Civil War, severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862, appointed warden of Hedgebrook County Prison in 1880. This prison was notorious in its day for its wretched conditions and harsh treatment of its prisoners. Contemporary accounts say that it is likely that Henry Marsden was killed in the fire that accompanied the prison riot of 1887. His remains were never recovered. Local legend states that he was murdered by rioting inmates of the prison, and that his ghost haunts the ruins of the prison to this day. Wow. Go to the next page. You are so engrossed in reading this account that a rap on the window makes you jump. It is Ricardo and Lisa. Ricky and Lucy. You let them in and give them a quick rundown of the case so far. They both read the account in the history book, and your notes. Sorry, they both read the account in the history book and your notes, and listened to your tape of the phone call. That's a horribly written sentence. This is really strange, says Ricardo. How's that? Asked Lisa. The name of the warden and this guy who called are the same. Anyone can see that, says Lisa. Okay. Now, want to guess where that prison was? Asked Ricardo. I know because my dad and I were driving by there one day, and he pointed it out to me. You're on, says Lisa. Out on Hedgebrook Road on the north side. That means, says Lisa, that, right, you say, that either Henry Marsden is still alive, or we've got a ghost on our hands. Whichever it is, we're on to the one heck of a mystery. What should we do next? All right, this is getting a little bit more interesting. All right, if we decide to go to the site of the old prison, turn to page 15. If you decide to go to the police with your story, turn to page 87. So,
all right, so prison or police?
Prison or police?
Prison
Here we go.
or
We're getting,
police? Are we going to go to the site of the old prison? Or are we going to be weenies and call the police?
Yeah, we know how that worked out. So
the police have not been helpful in any of these books. I just want to point
They have
that
not.
out.
That's it's a bit of cop out.
All right, we have a vote for prison.
Prison.
We have 2 votes for prison.
2 votes. Thank you.
We have 3 votes for prison, and Ellen tosses in the police are dumb.
Thank you,
Heather
Ellen.
says
Welcome.
prison. Amber says to the prison. Stacy says prison ghost.
To the prison.
Jean says prison police don't work. Cindy says prison. Adam says prison. All right, I think we're going to prison.
We're going to prison. Thank you, guys. All right, prison.
Rachel says prison.
30 minutes later, the 3 of you arrive at the site where the old prison once stood. You find that this location is now occupied by a large, very modern house built on the outside almost entirely of reflecting glass. The front gate, by contrast, seems to be left over from the last century. A path leads from the gate across the wide lawn to the house. You drive by slowly and then park down the road. Walking back, you cross the lawn and double-check the number on the door, 1100 Hedgebrook. This is it, all right. Who wants to knock, you ask. There's no answer from Ricardo or Lisa. I'll do it, you say. You give a firm, loud knock. The only response is a hollow echo. Are you sure the telephone call came from this place? Asks Lisa. Of course I'm sure, you reply. I know that. The heavy front door of the house starts to swing slowly open. Turn to page 19. All right, here we go. Hello? You call. No answer. You peer inside. Mr. Marsden? Hello? You call again into the gloom of the house. When your eyes adjust to the dim light inside, you see that the house is ornately furnished. Rich red, blue, and yellow carpets cover the floors. Chinese screens, flanked by tall bamboo plants, are placed against the walls on the entrance hallway. What appear to be ancient temple carvings fill the walls and alcoves adjoining the hallway. The place looks more like a museum than a house. As you watch, a small concealed door opens in the side of a hallway. It had been completely hidden by the intricate patterns of inlaid wood. Out of the door comes a tall, slender woman with high cheekbones and narrow eyes. Her skin is the color of ivory. She is dressed in a long, black, old-fashioned dress. Won't you three come in? She says in a high, unaccented voice. Won't you three come in? That's kind of accented. Anyway, 28. Moving on. All right, tall woman. Oh, we're here to see Mr. Marsden, you say? Why, of course you are, she says. Is he all right, you ask? Earlier he called me on the phone and said that he needed help. The woman does not answer. She only beckons with her finger for all of you to follow her. Creepy. All right, if you accept her invitation to go in, turn to page 21. If you sense a trap and find a reason for leaving, turn to page 41.
All right, go in or leave.
Good. This is good.
Vicky said it should have been a southern accent. Will y'all come in?
Y'all come in.
All right, go in or leave. I mean, you already went there.
So this is actually, it was a block of pineapple juice. It was a pineapple juice ice cube that Talia made. And then we bought all this Prosecco for New Year's that we never drank. Like all of this Prosecco. And
we're working our way through
it. We got a little stopper. So we're staying lit both with our literature and
but
we have
we're
ample
putting
drinks.
Fruit juice in it, so it's vitamin C. It's good for your immune system.
That's right.
And juices
We're totally
like
cutting
fruit,
it,
so it's healthy.
All
right. All right, everyone saying go in, go in, go in, go in.
Right.
Follow the ghost. Always follow the woman. Go in.
All right.
This can't go wrong.
This simply can't go wrong. Get my page here. Okay.
Cindy says, of course it's a trap. Go in.
There we go. There she is. Look.
Oh, she's not at all. I was picturing like
look at those
Morticia,
eyes.
but okay.
All right. The three of you enter the house. As you do, the door behind you closes and locks with an ominous click. You sense that there is definitely something evil, or at least alarming, going on here. The woman leads you down a long, dark hallway to a solarium. The afternoon sunlight streams in through a high glass ceiling. White, yellow, and purple orchids are arranged in neat rows along one side of the room. On the other side of the room is a collection of plants that you don't immediately recognize. I see you're admiring my babies, the woman says.
Ew.
These are my Venus flytraps over here. Are they not beautiful? We are all so happy here. She picks up a trowel and tenderly starts to transplant one of them. A faint buzzing comes from somewhere in the room. Ah, I see we have yet another visitor, says the woman. Her face lightens up with a kind of ecstasy. Ooh, come to my plants, little fly.
Yucky.
Ooh, turn
Don't
to page
like
22.
She got real creepy real fast.
All right. Oh. Okay, you begin to notice a sweet smell, almost sickeningly sweet, that you hadn't noticed before. It is coming from the plants. The fly circles around and lands on one. Suddenly, the fringed leaves snap shut and trap the fly inside. The light of the room grows dim, as if dark cloud was suddenly drifting between you and the sun. The glass walls of the house, the sweet smell. Suddenly, you understand that you have walked into a giant Venus flytrap yourself. Something is happening to the woman. Her image is beginning to fade. You realize that you can see right through her. Her form then begins to grow and re-solidify. It transforms itself into an image of a large, angry-looking man dressed in a Civil War uniform. What? He has a heavy whip in his hand. You look around. The walls have turned to rough, darkened stone. High above you, the skylight has been replaced with heavy bars. Now I'll deal with you rebels, growls the man. You think you can challenge the authority of Henry Marsden? As he says this, he lashes out with the whip. Sharp pain bites into your shoulder. You feel faint as you lose consciousness and fall to the damp stone floor. You hear only the terrified screams of Ricardo and Lisa.
Wow. So the ghost was a transforming woman in the Venus
flytrap.
And there was a greenhouse, and then you and your friends all got eaten by the lady woman.
But then the man
from the Civil War was a lady. He was on something. And there's a whip, and then you all get eaten by plants. Everyone seems very happy that all three of us died. Everyone seems very pleased.
I will say that was the best ending, even though it was totally cracked out. So here's what we do. We're gonna go back to book cam. We don't have any hearts anymore, but we kind of let's just kind of look at what we could have seen. So we saw the chimps.
There were holographic chimps. There were real chimps. There was a ghost lady and some Audrey 2s.
Got these bros with these. That's the worst drawing. I'm sorry. Look at this. Look at that. That's subpar. Well, then the chimps are busting the laboratory door down. Okay, that's good. Here they're putting stuff in giant eggs. I mean, that looks way more interesting than the first ending was totally lame. Let's get real. He's like, I just had a hunch, and we solved the case. Here's a giant thing of money. That's cool.
Hey.
Oh, that's kind of cool. You got like a jaguar and some giant eggs and electrified people. I feel like we like an old school fire brigade out of. From a safe distance, the three of you watch the soldiers break open the front gate of the prison, and the firefighters spray water on the flames. Badly burned prisoners are carried out, being taken away to the hospital in horse-drawn wagons. Which pass you on the road. The sun is setting. You find your way into town, which, in the present year of 1887, is 2 miles away. You were born in the late 20th century, but you will finish out your life almost 100 years earlier. You will have the distinction of being your own great-great-grandfather.
Ew!
With knowledge that no one else possesses.
You went back in time? This is gross. I don't like it.
Being your own great-great-grandfather?
Hello, birth defect.
That's
sorry.
Weird.
So
we
weird.
What is this? There's a giant brain with like a CD on it.
Ellen agrees. She's like, gross.
Yeah, that's. So we obviously could have like time traveled.
Less House of Danger and more House of friggin' Weirdness.
This is House of Crack. Well, look at this guy. For a mind search, says the professor.
Here's a crack house.
He has a crack
no,
house.
Okay.
Crystalline. No. Here's the crystalline entity. That's kind of cool.
Stacy, I don't know if this is how you intended that comment, but I want you to know when I read it in my head, it was in this voice. I'm my own grandpa.
Ralph. All right, so we got this dude. It's like, I don't know what he's doing. We're crawling through a sewer. We saw that guy because obviously it's a front for a normal organization, which was a horrible ending. Hi, welcome. Here's our focus group. Wow, that was a bad ending. An alien dude. Okay. Top secret invasion plans. Earth, Western Hemisphere. Okay. We're getting some alien stuff here. Yeah. I could be down for that. Earthlings, yes. Make a proposal. Why not join us? We could use Earthlings like you to help us.
There's
Earlier
always
we tried
aliens.
to create Earthling, but he ran out. Okay, so the guy who ran out was trying to get recruited by aliens. That's way more interesting.
There's always one ending that has aliens.
Yes, okay. No thanks, you say. We're not interested. You refuse, do you? Shouts the creature. Well, we have another use for humans. In fact, it is our main use for humans. With that, he takes out a small device from his pocket and aims it at the three of you. A beam of incredibly cold light. Its temperature hundreds of degrees below zero freezes you, Lisa, and Ricardo into solid blocks of ice. Then the man, he's not a man, takes out a rubber stamp from his other pocket and stamps your forehead. Human meat, galactic prime, source, planet Earth, grade A, the end.
Gross.
Way better. Horrible picture, way better ending.
I really just want to put a sticker on them that's like,
I mean,
you
that's
know, Wendy's says their burgers like always fresh, never frozen.
That's a nice house. I like the house.
Those people were frozen.
More, it's like Flight of the Navigator here. Okay. Ooh, there's the Emperor, or Lord Voldemort. I am the ghost of Henry Marsden, here on this site where my evil actions cost so many their lives. I've been given a machine by the spirits, a machine that defies time, past, present, and future. To atone for my sins, I must forever act as a teacher to lead whoever comes here to greater wisdom and humanity than my own. Turn and look behind you. Genghis Khan! What? As you do, he says, the two figures materialize. One is a baby, and the other is an old man. You can't tell if they're real or images made of light. Every few seconds they flicker and twist. Hey, that's my watch, you say, stepping closer to the old man. Suddenly you understand. Hey, you say, is that... They're both you, says the ghost. You as a baby and you as an old man. Why are they here? It is a test. Choose one. What? You are dying with curiosity. Being a baby, that's something you'll never be able to remember on your own. But as an old man, you'll know everything that was going to happen to you in your life. That's weird.
You're not supposed to read all the endings. It's the beauty of the game.
But once you wish... Genghis Khan's in this. Let's just... I think... We can kind of stop in baby. Okay, you could be a baby.
Let's remind the Lit fam, what is a week from tonight?
A week from tonight, everybody. So we're gonna call that one good. Interesting book. Not my favorite so far. A week from tonight, we have our first live discussion for The Magicians by Lev Grossman. So where are we reading up to, Talia? I honestly
up to book 2.
Book 2 of The Magicians. So
that sounds confusing. It's just. But it's like a chapter marker. There's a break in the book, and it's called Book 2, and it's just a little past the halfway point.
Fair. So I've already started it, and I'm getting into it. I'm enjoying it. I really hope you come to that live discussion. We do have some fun news that we'll announce then. We will do another Adventures in Reading probably 2 weeks from tonight. Get back on a Wednesday schedule for a little while. Just honestly, Talia and I are trying to keep our weekends as normal as possible, and since Sunday nights don't matter anymore because we're always home all the time, we're going to stick with Wednesdays for now. But we'll probably put up another poll. I did go on eBay. I didn't spend a lot of money, Talia, but I did go on...
This is the first time hearing of it.
I did go on eBay and I bought a couple different older Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Oh, with the good art?
With good art and actually different series. So we may throw some different stuff in that aren't actually Choose Your Own Adventure books, but we've got Twist a Plot and there's a couple other series. So thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, go share the love of Literarily Wasted with all of your friends. We love hanging out with you guys, and we've got such a good, positive group, and we're coming up on a year, and it's just amazing what we've been able to accomplish, and seeing the growth of the group is just really, rewarding to me personally. But we've made so many friends, and that's honestly what this is all about, is camaraderie, love of books, love of geekdom, and all that great stuff. Talia, do you have anything else to add?
See ya in a week.
See you guys in a week. We will be discussing, we'll have Adam and Christy there. We'll do another side-by-side live stream like we did last time from the safety of our own houses. So we hope that you are safe and that you have everything that you need in your house. And for anybody who is in any kind of line that is on the forefront of all of this, thank you for all of the work that you are doing so folks like us can be at home. And so we're thinking about everybody. Hope you're well. And
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Wash your hands. Wash your face.
And read books. All
Yep.
right. Y'all have a great night. And thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Join us next time for more adventures in reading. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share Literarily Wasted with your friends. And remember, adventure is just a book away.